Well, hello, hello. I got my fastball today. 13-2 loss last night. I got my guys with me, Oscar and Jeff. It is Phillies Fastball. And, of course, coming off a Phillies loss 13-2, we're going to jump right into everything that happened in an ugly game last night. Right from the start, guys, I don't even know where you begin. Do you start with another night where the bats are lifeless, or where they were down in a hole? Sorry, Allison Chains, down in a hole right off the bat there with Taijuan Walker, who, last night after the game, Rob Thompson, who got ejected from the game, said, I thought he had good stuff last night. Well, it was 4-0 in early on. That was a disaster of a game, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, here are the numbers, man. The numbers are not pretty at all. I mean, it was pretty dreadful on both sides. I mean, if you look at everything, I mean, it's when you lose 13-2, you allow 17 hits. I mean, Taijuan he came in the middle of the plate. I mean, and it was like batting practice. Even though none of the hits were really hit hard, but they make contact. I mean, and that's one thing. There's a big difference between a team that can make contact and a team that doesn't make contact. And when you make contact, anything could happen. I mean, when you have so much chase rate and you have so many strikeouts, I mean, that's what happens. So, I mean, like, Taijuan was in the middle of play, Jeff.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Oscar. I didn't like the start Taijuan Walker had, but I thought this game changed when he got that ground ball hit the second, and then Mundo Sosa had a bad throw home. And if he just goes to first, maybe they lose the game, but it's not as bad, right? I feel like everything snowballed after that. The only positive I can take out of this game is Tim Mesa throwing 2 shutout innings when the game was out of hand.
Yep. I mean, we were before we woke up. I mean, we were 7-0 in the third inning. I mean, it's like it was bad.
Well, you mentioned, it's 10 hits, 4 2/3. Walker's getting a little bit of credit for kind of hanging in the game and just kind of giving them a little bit more there. But you're right, Oscar, I love your point. Washington, they didn't hit hard. They just put the ball in play. And the Phillies, they got this philosophy. You got to slug. There's just no manufacturing. And you saw the lineup. I mean, I tweeted it out after the game last night, but you have it up on the screen. 1 for 5, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, 0 for 5 with a strikeout, Bohm 0 for 4. I mean, collectively, you were 1 for 17 with 7 strikeouts from the top of the lineup there. Your top 4 for the 4th straight game is giving you absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and we were 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. We left 10 runners on base. Look, I told you yesterday, I've been saying it for a number of years, the way this lineup is structured, you depend too much on the long ball. I mean, our only 2 runs, Marchand. I mean, the ninth hitter on this team, I mean, he's the one that got a home run. That's the only way we were able to score runs. I mean, this team does not hit. I mean, the only game we won, we hit 2 home runs. And we won 5-2, 5-3 that first game. But, I mean, other than that, if this team doesn't hit home runs, it's in trouble.
Well, here's the other issue, too. You're down 2-0, 3-0, 4-0 before you even blink half the time. And they got off to a slow start again. And, I'm glad you mentioned Marchand Oscar at the bottom of the lineup. Look at the bottom of the line. Otto Kemp had 1 hit, but really he could have had 2. He had a nice hit midway through the game that went to right field. I thought he was Brandon Marsh, 2 hits again. And look, we could question the center field play all we want. Justin Crawford probably makes a play or 2 out there that Brandon Marsh doesn't make. But if you're looking at run production or anything from the bottom of the lineup, you're getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and, you talk about the fact that sloppy defense last night, you're down 4-0, and here's a team that I feel like is already feeling the pressure. Like, this is a team that knows that everybody thinks we're running it back. We're bringing the same team back. We haven't made any changes to it, and now you lose 2 out of 3 in your first series, guys, and now you're down 4-0 in the very next – before you blink and get the bat, you're down 4-0. That makes the bat a little tighter that you're trying to score all 4 of those runs back right away. And I think that's the result of all these guys struggling is because they're down 4-0 right off the bat. And the tension of, all right, now they're down 5-0, then 6-7-0. And all those at-bats just get magnified, and the tension of this team being down that quickly, I think is what you're seeing at the plate, where they just have no consistency at the plate because they're trying to get it all back in one at-bat.
And we spoke in the beginning, and we speak it again. I mean, the importance of making contact. I mean, look, 2 strikeouts by Turner, Schwarber with 2 strikeouts, Harper with 1. I mean, look, those what happens when you have those runners on base. If you don't make contact, you cannot either advance them or bring them home, and it's a problem. And the other thing yesterday, and I think Tim Kelly brought it with on Patterson. I mean, the defense by Brandon March in center field. I mean, there were a couple of balls there that dropped. I mean, that Crawford with his speed, he could have gotten a lot closer to making catches there. So why are we? I mean, look, I know Crawford. I mean, in the beginning, it's been 3 games for him. Has been a little bit up and down with him in terms of his at-bats. Look, that's the reality. Patience. We're going to call patience with both. I mean, Crawford and Painter. We need to have patience. I mean, when you look at Taijuan Walker, I'm not going to be as patient with him. I mean, and the reality, man, we know. I mean, we've been. I mean, Taijuan. It's a 5th starter. It's not even a 5th starter. It's like a backup starter at best. I mean, that's who Taijuan Walker is. I mean, that meatball in the middle of the plate, that 91 miles an hour that he throws right now, between 89 and 91 miles an hour, it's like batting practice to a lot of his hitters. So that's a problem.
Well, we have to play this game too, guys. Who's available in this bullpen tonight? Look at all the guys that threw last night. Bowen gave up 2 runs. Mesa pitched 2 innings. He won't be available. Alvarado, who knows if he's available? He could barely get an out. Dylan Moore pitched last night because you had to save guys. Like, you have to get a lead tonight early so you can go to Keller and go to Duran, and hopefully Painter can give you 5 or 6. I know we'll get the Painter in a bit, but I was just looking at their bullpen. It's I already feel it's taxed, and we're 4 games in.
Yeah.
Well,
the other one is Keller. The other one, the only one that has pitched 1 game. Sorry,
Oscar, you make a good point about Walker in that, hey, listen, he's making $18 million, and what's his role if Wheeler's ready to come back and Painter is the guy they keep? Walker essentially becomes an $18 million albatross. There's just no role for him. He's not a guy in the bullpen. He has not performed well in that role. He's kind of like a spot starter for you making $18 million, and that is a hole that this team has just really had lingering over them over the last couple of years. And when he gives you that kind of outing there, you know, that's tough to deal with. When you have a guy that, you know, you're begging him to stay through 4 2/3 just so you can save the bullpen, as Jeff said. That puts a lot of pressure on Andrew Painter in his debut now to throw a gem. He's got to try to save this bullpen in a game like this today. Not to mention, if he comes out and gives up a run in the first inning, let's say, because he's got a little jittery and he walks a guy and that guy comes around, and now you're down 1-0, you're right back behind the 8 ball again.
Yep, that's the reality. I mean, look at the things where we are right now. So we're 2 games behind. That's not the biggest story. I mean, it's early. I wouldn't worry too much about the standings, but take a look at how many runs we're scoring, how many loans each in our division are being allowed by each of our opponents, and then where are we at right now in the differential? And our dear friend Roger McNamee mentioned that 11 of the minus 15 came in yesterday, which is true. I mean, that's kind of the reality of things. But look, we're scoring 3.5 runs per game, and we're allowing 7.3. I mean, that is ridiculous. You need to score more than 4 runs, and you need to allow less than 4 runs per game. Look where the Mets are, 5.5 and 3.8. It's the ideal world. I mean, and where the Nationals are, I mean, after beating us yesterday, 7.8 runs per game. They're allowing 4.8. We know their pitching is not that strong. So that should, I mean, that makes sense. But the Braves, 1.4 runs per game they're allowing. So and they're scoring 4.3. And then you get 3.5 from the Marlins and 4 on the Marlins allowing runs. So look, it's very, very early, but there's some concerning signs regarding what this lineup is, and particularly the back of our pitching staff with Taijuan there is very, very concerning. Here's where our hitting is.
This is what I have a question about. Do we change the top of the lineup, like just because these guys aren't hitting right now? Do we just change it?
I mean, the question is what? You put Stott in play yesterday, so you put him up. I mean, hitting
No,
hit
well,
yesterday.
no. I mean, you flip flop Harper and Schwarber, or you flip both.
We said it about it yesterday. We talked about it yesterday. I do believe Harper should be the second hitter in this team, and see what happens. I mean, what's wrong with doing it? At least trying something different, or what Mike said about maybe bringing Baum and hitting Baum. I mean, third, and then bringing Harper up. Just move things around for the. This team needs to wake up. I mean, look at the strikeouts are beginning to mount on the right hand side. Turner with that big swing. I mean, five strikeouts. Schwarber with 8, and 5 for Garcia and Romuto. Garcia got a couple of hits yesterday on a double, so that's a little bit of a sign. He's hitting the ball. It's just he chases a little bit more than I wanted to.
I know, very unpopular opinion, and listen, I'm not saying that Turner was awful. He had he 5th in the MVP voting last year, by the way, which I was shocked to see. I just don't know what kind of impact Turner makes. Like, when he comes to the plate, does anybody say, all right, Turner's up, here we go? Like, there just doesn't feel anything impactful there. I don't know where you move him in the order. Do you move him back to 2? I think a lot of people would like to see Harper lead off, but he seems hesitant at doing that. How about Harper? We talked about maybe him 2, Schwarber behind him. Maybe that gets Harper some more pitches. But I think this Turner, Schwarber, Harper, I think these teams have really scouted and figured out ways to kind of get around them. And then you got Bohm as the protector, as I talked about on yesterday's show. I would try to get Bohm in either the 3 or the 2 hole, get him some protection, and maybe that gets him going. And then you're hoping that your $200-300 million guys start hitting on their own. You know, sometimes, hey, guys, you got to figure out a way to grind out an at-bat and get yourself going, and Harper's not doing that right now. Schwarber's not doing it either, by the way. He's not absolved. 8 strikeouts. Look at the number to the far right that you have up there, Oscar. 8 strikeouts for Schwarber already, but he kind of gets absolved sometimes because he hits the Schwarber bomb, and that's what we remember.
And that's
by the way, this is the guy you paid $30 million a year to be your DH, so this is it, right? Turner, you what are we in year 4 of the 11-year deal? Harper, we're in year 8.
Yeah.
This is what it is. Everybody gets mad at the little run it back thing, but you wanted these contracts. You wanted these guys signed. What did you want them to do? Where did you want them to change this lineup around? Stott didn't deserve to lose his job. Alec Bohm, you tried to move and you tried to sign Bo Bichette. He didn't want to come here. It's Brandon Marsh. He was fine last year. JT,
guys,
yeah, go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah. I mean, the reality, 96 wins, guys. I mean, this team got us 96 wins last year. But
you know what they'll tell you? They got worse every year because they are not watching.
And they're older. And that's I'll buy you the point that they're older. And when they get older, they cannot read the pitches as fast. I mean, and all that. But the reality is that this team is going to hit. It's just very streaky. It's a very, very streaky team. And the question, there's a lot of pressure on Topper. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Let me ask you guys this question. I'm watching that game last night. It's a pitcher that no one's really ever heard of before, right? I mean, he was pitching in Japan last year. Yeah. Right, Foster Griffin pitching in Japan last year. He was a high prospect at one point. When I watched him last night, it felt like the young, travel ball team that faced, the old man wooden bat league team. And the young guys are dazzling and spin and off-speeding you to death. And the old guys are like, man, these young kids are really good. It just seems like, at what point does the Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Real Muto, their age all declining, all happen at the same time?
This is where I will side with the fans on this, because last year they were old, right? Turner's what, 32? Schwarber's 32, 33. I got to look all this up now. Harper's 32. I mean, look, JT's 35. That's your core. That is an old core. This is why teams don't necessarily keep a lot of these guys for this long, the same core for this long, but it's hard to argue when the pitching gets better every year and you're winning more games. They're the only team, I think, since the 1890s to improve their win total for 7 straight years. And we're not counting the COVID year, obviously.
And I think the other thing is, where's Stott? Where's Baum? Where's March? I mean, the development of those guys, I mean, they're to me, March cannot hit lefties, but he can hit righties very, very well. This team is now 1-0 against a righty, which was Evaldi, a very good pitcher, by the way. and then we're 0-3 against left-handed pitching. I mean, two of them are nobodies. I mean, or they haven't pitched in baseball in years. I mean, the guy that replaced DeGrom on the first game of the second game of the Texas series, and then the guy yesterday. I mean, nobody have heard of those guys. And we're getting to the fifth inning, and we haven't gotten even a hit. I mean, a base hit. So, look, this team is going to slug. We know that. I mean, last year we were like 14th in home runs in the first half of the year, and then we were second in the second half. So there's no doubt in my mind that this team is going to hit. It is getting older. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we cannot, close. And the question is, can the Crawfords of this world, can the Adam Millers of this world can come in and help kind of open the window again? I mean, we got Garcia.
Well, Adam Miller's got to swing a bat first.
Yeah, well, that's a different point for a different day. But look, we started it slow. I mean, this is not going to go, and I'll go through kind of quickly over kind of the stats a little bit. I mean, things are ugly. We're 18th in baseball in run scores per game, 27th in hitting. Again, it's only 4 games in batting average. OPS is 26. We're 7th against right-handed and 23 against left-handed pitching. Chase rate improved from yesterday. We're 19th both in chase rate and whiff. And then we're 20th in strikeout and 15th in base on balls. So look, it's early. We're struggling offensively and pitching. And our pitching is not even, better. Taiwan.
Oscar, the OPS against left-hand, I'm glad you pointed that up because that was the one I was concerned about. The OPS versus left-hander, look, 435 is just abysmal. I don't care if it's 4 games
it's
or not.
Abysmal. It's abysmal.
And by the way, like you said, they played 3 games against lefties, essentially. Yep. And do we even know who's going for Washington yet? I know tonight's a bullpen game.
It's a righty.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe they'll hit.
Yeah,
tonight.
I thought it was Littell.
I thought so. That was the plan. That Littell was going to be the first guy coming out, but they changed it. So maybe they want to do it.
It's a lefty.
It's a lefty. Cool. That's what they're doing. They're doing it. I thought he was going to be Littell, but it's going to be Pauling. Pauling is going to be it's a left-handed. Hey, bullpen. We're going to get a diet of bullpen of lefties throughout this entire season. Guarantee you that.
Yeah. By the way, 5 for 33 with runners in scoring position. And I guess the question is, you get a lot of those at bats from your top of the order guys because your bottom of the order guys have gotten on base. They've done a good job. So that 5 for 33, it's not like Trey Turner's getting stranded or Schwarber's getting stranded or Harper's getting stranded. It's the bottom of the order guys that are getting stranded by those guys at the top of the order.
Kemp is getting stranded. Brandon Marsh is getting stranded. Rafael Marchand. Yeah, it's Justin Cross. You're right. It's those guys, and that's what's hurting this offense right now. It's if you want to say it's the same thing as last year's postseason, this is where I'll agree with you. The big 3, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and Bryce Harper need to deliver.
Well, here's the big thing, guys. Where's the line between it's a slow start and JT's 35, Harper's 33, Turner's 33, Schwarber's 33, and these guys are starting to hit a little bit of a decline. And what does a little bit of a decline mean to this order? I don't know.
I think we're kind of seeing it with Harper now, don't you?
Look, I'll wait a month, guys. Let's
I'm with you, Oscar. I'm waiting a month with you. I'm waiting a month.
With you too. Let's wait a month. Yep. Let's wait a month. Let's.
But again, I think we kind of saw that with Harper last year. That's where I was going with that.
Here's my biggest concern. This is the easiest part of the schedule. I was hoping that we start fast because this is the easier part of the schedule. Things are going to get. We're playing Colorado. We're playing the Nationals now. Then we're playing Colorado. We're going to San Francisco. I think San Francisco finally score a run.
But they got their own problems. Like they're already crucifying their manager.
Yeah,
last night. I watched that game last night. It was funny. Castellanos hit a pop up to Bader, and I said, "Man, Castellanos pops up to Bader with Walker Buehler on the mound last night." But San Francisco.
Bader had a home run last night. By the way,
Bader got a home run. Yeah, he did.
And I thought to myself, and Oscar, you brought this up earlier. Listen, Brandon Marsh is a left fielder. He is not a major league center fielder. Can you play him out there for a day? But to put him out there with your pitcher who's not your top of the rotation, you need everybody out there to try to help that guy out. And you put Marsh in center field, and he's not helping things when your pitcher is struggling to help you get out of innings.
Boy, that's
They
where
have got to come up with a better option if they need a backup center fielder for a day or two than playing Brandon Marsh out there.
That's where Johan Rojas' suspension just destroys
our friend Darwin's telling us to be positive. Okay, let's wait.
We are being positive, aren't we? I think we're being kind of positive here.
Hey, we all said we'll give him about a month, but I think this slow start is a fair thing to ask. Is this a perpetual possibility because of the ages?
Yeah, you want positivity? The 09 team not the 09 team, the 19 team that everybody loved when Harper came started 4-0 and they're going to win the World Series. Harper and JT and those guys, when they all came here, yeah, you know where they finished? 81-81. So that's why I don't take too much stock in the fourth.
No, and listen, I will say last night, obviously, Rob got fired. Not fired.
Boy, you were really pushing the Rob Thompson getting fired today.
Twice. You said it twice, Mike, already. Right. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Rob got ejected in the game last night. And
he had a right to, by the way.
And as soon as he got ejected, everybody almost on my timeline was like, and I'm not a Thompson hater by any stretch of the imagination.
I love Rob Thompson.
I've always said this about major league managers, especially during the regular season. You know, a lot of these lineups, they're kind of built in. You know, the front office gets together. They say, hey, it's all analytics. You got a right-handed pitcher tonight? Here's the lineup. You got a left-handed pitcher tonight? Here's the lineup. The manager is a lot more impactful, I think, in a postseason game than he is during a regular season game.
I agree.
Yeah.
But as soon as Thompson got ejected last night, people were like celebrating that Don Mattingly was running the team last night, and everything went downhill after that. So I don't know that Don Mattingly's going to hit the magic button to get this team going either.
Remember Don Mattingly managed the Marlins for a lot of years.
Yeah. Well, he managed the Dodgers too. He has a losing record in the postseason. That's the guy you want, right? That's the guy.
No, absolutely not.
Again, watch 30 teams, not one team.
Yeah. So I mean, look, the reality: we're on a hitting slump. We're on a pitching slump. Take a look at our starting pitching ERA, 28th in baseball. Look, if we're anywhere here, we can just have a nice summer vacation with a 6.23 ERA by starting pitching. I mean, that's just.
Phillies Fastball will be the most negative show you've ever heard.
No, the nicest show. Come on, it's the nicest show.
All right.
If there's one stat, I know we need to move to Andrew Painter right now, but if there's one stat you have to follow the entire year, is the ERA or starting pitching. According to that number there is how our season is going to go. Guarantee you of that. So,
absolutely.
Most important one. Go for it, Mike.
I was going to say, let's look at tonight because I want to get everybody's thoughts on Painter. I've been very bullish on Painter. I think we're looking at a kid who's going to have an eye-popping season to where I hope anyway that they're going to have a major decision to make come playoff time on what to do with this guy. Is he going to be one of your top three? And if he's not one of your top 3 or 4, I don't know does he pitch in the bullpen come playoff time, but I think Painter's going to make a very tough decision. So I am very bullish on Painter, who's obviously been a top prospect, but if you look at his numbers, last year at AAA, they were not very good, and I think that's what has tapered the expectations for some. But I'm here on Phillies Fastball today, guys, saying I think Painter will have a very good season.
I think he will too, because the command looks back. I mean, that's just what I've evaluated through spring training. And again, I think he needs to get through the night, especially the first inning or two or the first time through the lineup, kind of get the nerves out of his way. Because look, this is the most hyped debut for a Phillies pitching prospect since probably Aaron Nola. Wouldn't we agree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with that. Look, I think Painter is going to have a good season. I think we need to be patient with him. We know the talent is there. It's just a matter. Remember, this guy needs to get his feet wet. I mean, this is not easy. I mean, his profile. Look at the grades. A fastball of 70 on an 80 scale is a tremendous. He has one of the best. He's going to have one of the best fastballs in our staff. I mean, look at the slider. Tremendous slider. His control, his command is going to be the key in the beginning of the year. He needs to be able to move the ball around. So. I just need us to be patient with this guy. This guy's going to be our 5th starter throughout the entire year, in my opinion. I think he might have maybe a 4+ ERA in the beginning. He's going to allow a number of home runs. He allowed 18 home runs last year. But this guy has the talent to be an elite pitcher. This guy has Wheeler I mean, Wheeler type of talent all over him. We just need to be patient. I mean,
And he's
let's
22
support him
years old.
through this process. Go ahead.
By the way,
I'll tell you
Zach
what.
Wheeler didn't start off too well either in his career,
Exactly.
and look what he became.
We just need to be patient.
Wheeler obviously struggled with the Mets, and when he came over here, nobody thought he was going to become the pitcher that he has become in Philadelphia. Painter, by the way, I don't know that you can handpick a better lineup to face for your opening day. I mean, the Washington Nationals filled with guys that no one's ever heard of before, and so this should help him out.
Colorado Rockies. How about that? The Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, probably. By the way, his spring, for those of you out there, Painter, 4 games, a 2.31 ERA, a 0.77 WHIP, which is phenomenal. That's Cy Young material there. And I think the big number there, in 11 innings, he did have the 8 strikeouts, but just the 2 walks. So command was his issue last year. He had 46 walks last year in 116 innings, but we'll see. 1.5 WHIP last year. That was a big downfall for Andrew Painter. So the Phils take on the Nationals tonight, coming off a 13-2 loss. Kind of feels like a game they need early. Like, well, dropping to 1-4 at home, by the way. A 6-game home streak to start the season, going 1-4 to kick things off. Not the way you want to start their season.
This is a team that had a 650 win percentage at home last year. Yeah, I think you got to win this one tonight.
Yeah, and particularly, I mean, look at his command. Look at where, I mean, one thing that I always, when I look at pitchers, and particularly somebody young like Painter, take a look where the mid of Ramuto is and how he hits the zone. I mean, it's going to be very, very important that he hits the zone in the very beginning, and having a couple of good innings is going to go a long way into getting this guy the confidence that he needs as he start his major league career, MLB debut for Andrew Painter.
That is tonight. Jeff Kerr, Oscar Budejen right there. Of course, we're back tomorrow with another edition of Phillies Fastball. We'll recap this one and get you ready for the Wednesday matchup where we'll turn the rotation back to Christopher Sanchez. We'll be all over that every day at noon right here on all the social media platforms. Make sure you like and share and subscribe to everything out there for Phillies Fastball. For Oscar and Jeff, I'm Mike Gill. We'll talk to you tomorrow at noon.